Hello you guys, welcome back to my channel. I know it's been a very long time that I have not vlogged or uploaded any video. You know, I've recorded many videos, but I've just never edited them, or I thought they were too boring to post. And then I just lost complete motivation. But this year I kind of challenged myself to take on new habits, find something that I really do enjoy, and that brings us to today's video. So by the title, you're gonna see that my newest obsession is books. As you can see right here, I have my little book corner. I have my tote bag, which is from Kate Spade, that I bought on Amazon, but you can also, I think, get them from Barnes & Noble, because I did see it on my local Barnes & Noble. I'm also going to be playing with my hair probably a lot, because I did give myself a blowout, and then I'm just obsessed with it. Yeah, so I've been very obsessed with books. My favorite author, as you can see, is Colleen Hoover. I started reading my first book from her this year in January, which was It Ends With Us, which many people have talked about her and that book, and I'm obsessed with her writing style. But I'm not gonna keep chit-chatting on that. I just want to let you guys know I'm gonna try and be back. I'm gonna try and stay consistent. And if you guys are new to my channel, welcome. I haven't really uploaded a lot, but as far as I know, it's probably gonna be like a bookstagram. Well, I do have a bookstagram actually now, but it's gonna be mainly book related videos, or you know, whatever my interests are. Currently it's books, and I'm obsessed with them, and that's what's gonna be for today's video. So if you want to keep watching my little book haul, then just keep watching. I have many books that I've collected from the past like month, almost 2 months. Like I said, in January was when I fell in love with reading, and yeah, so some of these books I did purchase myself. Other ones, my boyfriend is super sweet and he knows my obsession with books, so he did purchase some of them. We did go to Amazon bookstore in San Jose, California, since I do live in California, and I picked up a few books from there, which I will probably go from those first. I'm just gonna go based off first Colleen Hoover books. This was actually a book that I did pick up from Amazon Books. I was so happy that they had it there. They had a very small selection, which I'm pretty sure is because they ran out of books. Like, they sold out really fast because it's Colleen Hoover. But I got All Your Perfects by Colleen Hoover. I heard this is such a great book. As far as I know, it takes place like in the past and the present. It's about a marriage couple. They've been together for a while, and it kind of goes back and forth on how their relationship started, and then how they're struggling right now with their marriage. There's a lot of complications, and there is trigger warnings. Always look up trigger warnings for a book that you're gonna read, because it's always heartbreaking to hear about stories that will be triggering for you. So I know with this one, they do deal with infertility, which I know it's very triggering for many people. But as far as I know, people are obsessed with this book, and then there's others that find it kind of boring. I've been with my boyfriend for 9 years, so I have a feeling that, you know, we're not married, but I feel like we kind of are. Just because we don't live together doesn't mean. But that's besides the point. I just feel like this book's probably gonna get to my heart a lot. I'm debating to read this one, or this is probably gonna be the next Colleen Hoover book I read. But yeah, I will share my thoughts later on. That's the first Colleen Hoover book I have. Next one is Confess, which is a book that not a lot of people talk about, or at least I don't see a lot of people talking about. I've seen it like on Amazon, and I think I came across it like on Target online, but not a lot of people talk about Confess. The reason why I decided to just purchase it, might as well, was because Ale La Chula, which if you follow her like on Instagram, is styled by Ale. She talked about it, and she's also obsessed with Colleen Hoover, so I just decided to pick it up. I don't really know too much the backstory to correct me if I'm wrong, but as far as I know, it's an artist, which as you can see, there's like paint everywhere, and I believe many people confess to him many things, and then later on turns out that there's like a romance between him and a woman, which I don't know much details. Sometimes I rather not know because I rather like go in with my own thoughts and figure out the storyline later on. But I picked up Confess. Sooner or later I want to read every single Colleen Hoover book, even the worst ones to the good ones. In my eyes, she does no wrong, but I know there's a lot of people that don't absolutely love her, so there's that. Next, I picked up the Hopeless series. I think this is book 1 and 2, and then I think there's a third book. I'm not sure exactly which one's that one. I have to keep looking, but Hopeless is book number 1, which goes based off her perspective, I believe. Sorry, the glare is like coming from my light. But anyways, it's her perspective. I believe they are in a relationship, and I think this one's book from his perspective. I don't know too much. Like I said, I basically bought them because Colleen Hoover, and I obviously want to read all her books. But I heard there are also trigger warnings in these. So like again, please search up trigger warnings for these books. And also I think these take stories like back in high school, so maybe that's why not a lot of people talk about them. But yeah, picked up these as well. Moving on, I did also pick up 3 Christina Lauren books, which is these here. Christina Lauren, I'm actually currently reading this book, Love in Other Words. I'm almost done, more than halfway done, and I'm obsessed with this book. I can already feel like this is gonna hurt me at the end, and I can already feel like this is gonna be one of my top favorites, but my thoughts later on. The first book I picked up from Christina Lauren, which Christina Lauren is actually 2 authors in one. 2 authors basically make each book, which I think is so cool, and I'm actually in love with the writing style. So I pick up Josh and Hazel's Guide to Not Dating. I actually don't really know too much about this story either. I just picked it up because it's Christina Lauren and I see it like on bookstagram, but as far as I know, it's fake dating as the title. So I believe they go on many dates, and then sooner or later, obviously, they go on many dates with other people, and then sooner or later they fall in love, which kind of like fake dating. I think it's super cool. So that's the first book. This one, I have no idea what's it about. Online dating isn't for the faint of heart. While the guys are inundated with quality matches, Millie's first profile garners nothing but pics. Love that. Enter Catherine, Millie's fictional persona, in whose shoes she can be more vulnerable than she's ever been in person. Catherine and Reed strike up a digital pen palship, but Millie can't resist temptation in real life either. Soon Millie will have to face her worst fear, intimacy, or risk losing her best friend. Interesting. Love that. So, my thoughts later on as well. And then another book, The Unhoneymooners, which a lot of people love. Also styled by Ale La Chula, also talks about, she loved this book. And as far as I know, it's a wedding, and everybody in the wedding gets completely sick, like literally every single person except for 2 of them, which I think it's the bride's sister and then the groom's brother, correct me if I'm wrong. And then obviously for the honeymoon, like someone needs to go because they rather have somebody else go than the money go to waste. So that's why it's called The Unhoneymooners. So technically it's like enemies to lovers. They despise each other. The bride's sister and then the groom's brother. So they end up going to the honeymoon, pretend like they're married, blah blah blah. And I'm pretty sure obviously they fall in love, but I heard it's a really funny story, so I'm pretty excited about this book as well. The Archer's Voice, I did pick it up Barnes & Noble and online because they never have this book in store. So another very sad love romance. As far as I've heard, I haven't really read much about it, but I just know that a lot of people do love Archer's voice, and it talks about, I believe Archer is mute, so that's why it's called Archer's voice. And he basically tries to communicate with this girl he's in love with, kind of like their own way. Like, I don't know too much, please correct me if I'm wrong in the comments. But I just know it's a very, very sad, heartbreaking romance, and I really want to read. I want to read all of these at the same time. Please comment down below which is your favorite book. I'm almost done. I have 4 books left. Next one is You Deserve Each Other. I have no idea what this book is about. I think it's like fiancé, like they're getting married, and I don't know. I don't know too much. Like I said, I literally just picked it up because I came across it on bookstagram, and I was like, seems like a cute cover. I love it. And the title, You Deserve Each Other. Everybody needs love. So, yeah. And I love a good rom-com, which I think this is a rom-com. So, yeah, I picked up that one. Next is this one, Read Between the Lines. I have not heard anyone talk about this book. I literally just picked it up because it was on Amazon Books in store, and it was literally like $7, and I really like the cover, and it's part of the LGBTQ community. I believe they're both authors and they both love each other secretly, and I was like, you know what, I need something different. I don't have books like this in support of LGBT community, so that's why I wanted to read this one. And I think there's a second book of this, so if you've read this book, let me know. Do you enjoy it? Yeah, and it also takes place in New York, which I think is kind of cute, because I've always wanted to go to New York. And then the last 2 books is actually a series, and I need to buy the 3rd book. And if you haven't heard, it's this book. It's a YA book, and it's a mystery murder case. A Good Girl's Guide to Murder. I've heard a lot of people talk about this too, and I tried to like kind of skip through like when people try to give the reviews because I don't want to like spoil it for myself. But as far as I know, it's a murder mystery. There's a girl who is who got killed in a high school, I believe, and people are assuming it's the boyfriend that killed her, and this other girl is trying to resolve the case, and it's like, no, like I know for a fact that it was not the boyfriend, so she's trying to resolve the case. And from what I've heard, you kind of follow along and try and solve the mystery, and it's a pretty short, easy book. It seems like it doesn't look like it's gonna take forever to read, so I kind of like these books. And it's a murder mystery, like, come on now. I don't really read books like this. The most I've read is like Verity, which is a thriller, which I haven't read it. It's like so good. I always read romance, so I kind of wanted something different, and I'm super excited to read this one. The second book is this one, which is following along that one, is As Good as Dead. I think people don't really love the second one. I think they love more the 3rd one. And I actually picked these up at Target because they're literally like $7. They literally price match Target online. So if online it's cheaper than in store, they do price match. So I think this book was like $7 and this was like $8, and it's hardcover. So run to Target and pick these up. But yeah, I picked up the second one. Might as well. They didn't have the 3rd one, or else I would have picked it up. But yeah, I'm pretty sure it's going to be a very good series since they have 3 books. But yeah, that is it for my video. Thank you guys so much for watching. Comment down below which books you recommend. Which books have you read? Don't spoil it for me, obviously, but please let me know which book is your favorite and if I mentioned any of your favorites. If you guys want to keep having me post videos about books, comment down below. I want to hear your thoughts. Are you excited for me to talk about books, or what other videos do you guys want me to talk about? Follow me on my bookstagram so you guys can follow along my book journey. And thank you guys so much for watching. I'm glad to be back, and I'll see you guys next time.